Are you happy? It's a question we ask ourselves and others all the time. And according to a recent global survey, Americans are actually becoming less happy year after year. But what exactly is happiness? And why can't we seem to ever consistently achieve it? The literal definition of happiness is the state of being happy. And in an ideal world, it would be a continuous state of existence, our default go-to emotion that stays with us no matter our circumstances. In our typical day-to-day life, though, our scroll down, hit the like button, what's next daily grind, happiness isn't static. It's dynamic. It's a moment, fleeting and elusive, a blip on the radar. In many ways, happiness has unintentionally become something to achieve. We've tied it so closely to external factors, a personal or professional accomplishment, a life event, or a task completed, that it's become a cause and effect transaction, a fisheye lens through which we measure our success. If only I get this. If only I do that. If only I own this, then I'll be happy. Without a doubt, the pursuit of happiness is addictive. There's a thrill in the chase, a temporary jolt of endorphins once we think we've finally conquered it. But as the exhilaration fades, we up the ante once again, setting our sights on new and exciting heights. After all, isn't bigger always better? This relentless pursuit positions us as the underdog. It puts us into a lack mindset, leading us to believe that we are less than based solely on our current circumstances. It makes us work harder, pushing to extremes, losing ourselves in the frenzy, and bolstered by the deceitful mantra, once this happens, then I can be happy. It makes us compare ourselves harshly to the often highly refined digital personas and the lifestyles of others. It prompts us to search for the differences between us instead of the similarities that unify us. It makes us fixate on what we don't have versus the abundance before us. Eventually, this cycle wears us down and we stop appreciating even the small things, which are actually the big things. And of course, there's nothing wrong with working hard. There's nothing wrong with being motivated. There's nothing wrong with seeking self-improvement. There's nothing wrong with having goals and wanting more. But when is enough enough? When can we let go of the ideal that we need to be more, that we need to do more, that we need to have more? When can we just be present and content and not strategizing our next conquest? Because ultimately, it really doesn't matter if you have 100,000 Instagram followers. It doesn't matter if you have opened 20 new restaurants. It doesn't matter if you can run a 5-minute mile. Those achievements ring hollow if your family life is totally falling apart. If your mental and your physical health is faltering because your stress and your anxiety have rippled out of control. If you can't see and appreciate those magnificent life-sustaining trees because you're mesmerized by the shine and the sparkle of the forest. If you're blindly chasing happiness with no end in sight. Maybe happiness shouldn't be the carrot that we dangle before our eyes, the end-all, be-all, the feeling that we so desperately and passionately seek. Perhaps it's possible to finally break free from this pursuit by shifting our perspective. But how exactly? First, stop letting others define your priorities and place their expectations upon you. Our core values and priorities form our foundation. When we transplant someone else's in their place, we compromise our character and we lose the traits that make us unique. Don't be afraid to shift direction or go against the tide so that you can hear your own voice and desires again, even if that means stepping away from social media and certain friends or even family members. Be intentional with who you surround yourself with and clear in whose priorities you're actually fulfilling. Second, let go of your own expectations and define success on your own terms. Success will look different for everyone. There's no uniform or cookie cutter approach, and there's no right or wrong answer. Whether your definition of success is being a present parent, or deepening your connection to faith, or building that business or pursuing a promotion, remember that it's not about arriving at a destination. It's about putting in the daily paces, the how and the why of your actions far outweighing the end result. Where we place our attention, our energy flows. Instead of looking outward at all of the excess and distractions, draw inward to determine what success is to you. Laser focus on what you value most. Let go of the rest, and little by little, the noise from the periphery will fade. Third, practice intentional gratitude daily. Gratitude, in its truest form, is a state of constant being that is experienced independent of external factors, achievements, or possessions. It's about the here and now, and it is available at any time, waiting for you to recognize and acknowledge it. Gratitude is attainable even in the absence of happiness. While you may be devastated and heartbroken by the loss of a loved one, you are grateful for the memories of your time together. Or you're disappointed that the new job wasn't a better fit, but grateful that you now know more about where your strengths and your interests lie. Our reasons for gratitude often live deep inside us and are intangible and without monetary value. Fourth, incorporate what you love. If that's coaching others, if that's working with children, or if that is playing tennis, work this into your daily or weekly schedule, even if your interests don't fully align with your current career or lifestyle. You can begin to pull in the pieces of it and fill your bucket bit by bit so that eventually it bubbles over into most or all aspects of your life. Last, find where you can plug in and make a tangible difference. Despite living in such a connected world, many feel alone. Many are lacking real, genuine connection. Ultimately, we want someone to see and accept us as we are. We want to feel valued. Sometimes the fastest path to building that connection is to first accept others as they are. Plug into your local community, volunteer somewhere on your own or as a representative of your company. Show up, be present, and be someone's reason to smile that day. Be a confidant, be a friend with no judgment or no strings attached. So not all of this will be easy to do. Well, life, of course, will bring some bumps and bruises along the way. Remember that smooth seas do not make skillful sailors, but there is just so much to gain. And as you find your bearings, you will see just how much there is to be grateful for at any given moment, and how living in gratitude is possible during both promising and bleak times and everywhere in between. You will learn about yourself and you will learn about others, as well as the legacy you want to leave. You'll attract like-minded people, develop deepened levels of empathy, and you will live with less envy and less regret. And along the way, you will tap into authentic happiness again, detached from achievement and status and things, the way it was always intended to be.